Hello everyone, it has been a while, but it is Elias5891 here with a new KTANE module tutorial. This time we're going to go over the
All
ordered
available experts,
keys
please report
module.
to room A9.
Looks like this. Looks kind of like, 6 keys. Each key is going to, you can see they're not depressed yet. When you click one, it depresses. You see there. Each key comes in a color with a label, which is another color. And your goal is to hit them in the correct order so that they make a little chime, they reshuffle, and you get 1/3 progress towards completing this module. How do we do that? Can we just hit any old buttons? No, there is a specific order to these, and we'll go over how to get to them now. Now first off, let's clarify, as it mentions here, the keys and the numbers will always be one of 6 colors: red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow, as you see here. So blue, cyan, green, magenta, yellow, red. Pretty straightforward. If you have trouble seeing these colors, there is a colorblind option available for this, which I will illustrate after we go over this module. But how do I do this one? Well, from the expert side, you're going to look at this ginormous table. From the diffuser side, you're just going to be giving a little bit of information. Your expert will need to know, I'm kind of reading them in the order that he's going to need to have them here, the color of the key, the number on the key, or the label of the key, and then the color of the label. So for this one, it would be blue 6 cyan, green 6 magenta, yellow 4 yellow, yellow 2 blue, red 5 cyan, blue 4 green. Gives you 6 keys. And then you just sit there as the
Emergency
diffuser.
cleared. All
Move on to
personnel,
something else.
please
As the
return to
expert,
stations.
well, you're going to take this grid. Along the top and bottom are 6 big labels for the color of the key, the first piece of information I read out, and then the bottom, the label of the key, which you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on, so on. Each section, like this blue section here, has 1 through 6 at the bottom to give you a specific column to look at. I don't know why this table doesn't have like somewhat thicker borders around, say, the section. So say this 6x6 grid has a thick border, kind of like Double O or a couple others, but minor nitpick. So we're going to need to know that. Then the columns, likewise, have the color of the label over here, so maybe a green label. And then along the right, the position of the key from left to right. Since we read them from left to right, kind of makes sense to do so. That's just going to be 1 for the first key, 2 for the second key, 3 for the third key, and so on. So if I wanted to jot them down, that way I have the full set of coordinates. So with this information, what do I do with it? Well, it's a giant lookup table, so we're going to look up the values at each cross. So the first key was blue with a number 6, so blue 6, and then the text was cyan colored, and it's the first key, so cyan 1. Hey, that crosses a 6. Let's go to the next one. Green 6, green 6, magenta 2, magenta, oops, and key 2, that is a 4. And we're just going to continue like this for all 6 keys. I don't usually highlight them like I do here. I'm like yellow 4, so I go to the yellow. That's the 4 in the yellow section, I'm pretty sure. And I see that it is intersected. And then yellow 3, yellow 3. Perfect, that's number 1. Yellow 2, blue 4. So yellow 2, blue's right about here, so here's the 4. That's a 5. Red 5, cyan 5. So R5, boop. Cyan 5, boop. That's a 2. Now each number should occur once. So I've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I don't have a 3 yet. So this last one should give me a 3. Just a quick check. go ahead and double check. Blue 4, green 6. Here's green 6, and it is indeed 3. So what do I do with those numbers? This is easy. We put them in order. This is the order of the keys. So we're going to hit the key that gave us a value of 1 first. That was the third key. Then the key that gave us a 2. That was the fifth key. Key that gave us a 3. That was the sixth key. Then the 4, 5, and 6. So that's what I tell my diffuser. All right, buddy. Hit keys 2, 5, 6. I'm sorry, 3, 5, 6. 5, 6. 2, 4, 1. 2, 4, 1. Correct. Twinkles, lights up, randomizes 2/3 of the way down. Now we gotta do it again. So we'll erase this. Let's say, please take note. Boop. Say I press these 4. Maybe the order was 1, 2, 4, 3, and I realized, oh, I hit 3, 4. How do I go back? You don't. Once you've depressed, you're committed. So you just might as well punch in whatever, take the strike, move on with life. That will re-randomize the keys, meaning all the work you put forth gone away. Alright, let's do this one real quick. Magenta 3 red, and I'll go ahead and put the 1 at the end. Green 6 in cyan. Red 6 in green. Green 5 in blue. Blue? Yeah, it's probably blue. Magenta 3 yellow. Green 2 magenta. Alright, we'll look these up. M3 R1 gives me a 6. Green 6. C2 gives me the 3. R6 G3 gives me a 4. G5 B4, that's a 2. M3 Y5, that's my 5, so my other one must be a 1. Just double check. Green 2, M6. Yeah, that's a 1. Alright, so the order is 6, 4, 2, 3, 5, 1. 6, 4, 2, 3, 5, 1. It's done. When it finishes, they all turn to white keys with black zeros. Module finishes. We got a little light. Perfect. Hunky-dory. Everyone's happy. So, flip around. Let's finish this one up real quick. Red 4 green. Cyan 3 yellow. Green 3 cyan. Magenta 1 green. Yellow 2 cyan. Magenta 6 cyan. However makes it easier for you to look them up. R4 G1. I didn't actually put the 1 down, but it's 1. We know that. So that's 1, actually. C3 Y2. That's a 3. G3 C3 this is my third key. Is a 2. M1 G4, fourth key. 2, 3, 4. That's a 6. Y2C. So Y2. Cyan, this will be cyan 5. That's the number 5, so it should be 4. Magenta 6. Cyan 6. Yep, that's a 4. So for this one, 1, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4. I'm going to go ahead and blank the screen as I put this one in. I'll read one out to you, and let's see if you can handle it without being able to see the keys. So let's go ahead and hide the game. We'll punch in this 1, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4. Alright, your last one, and I won't put this down yet, although I will do so here shortly, is going to be yellow 5 cyan, cyan 4 cyan, green 3 red, cyan 2 yellow, blue 6 red, cyan 3 red. So go ahead with that information, see what you get for an answer, and then we'll pop back up here in just a second and make sure you got it right. Alright, let's see how you did with it. I said it was yellow 5 cyan, cyan 4 cyan, green 3 red, cyan 2 yellow, blue 6 red, blue 3 cyan. It's going to bug me if those aren't consistent. There we go. Alright, let's take a peek. Side note, you'll notice it is a little quiet. Unfortunately, Music Manager no longer works, and I don't have an alternative currently set up, although I hope to for the next video, which we'll come to shortly. Let's go ahead and just highlight these. Y5, C4, G3, C2, B6, and B3. Now, I'm going to mention a gripe real quick. I usually use a printed manual. Like this digital, this is fine for the digital because you can highlight the rows and the columns and it's no big deal. For somebody who's doing it with a physical manual, trying to follow the line or the column, I'm not a fan of this tightly knit of a lookup table without some sort of thicker dividers or dotted lines or something to make it less eye-hurty. I mean, I don't know. Personal complaint, I guess. Personal complaint. All right, let's look these up. Let's see. Y5, C1. C1 over here on the Y5. That is a 6. C4, C2, that's the 5. Green 3, which is this column. R3, that's a 2. C2, Y4, so Y4 in the C2 column. Y4 in the C2 column. Yep, that's the 1. B6, which is this third one, in R5. R5 gives me 3. And then B3, which is this column, C6. C6 is the 2. The order is 5, 6, I'm sorry, 4, 6, 5. Well, that's not right. I got 2 2s down. Let's double check where I messed that up. Green 3, red 3. That should definitely be a 2. Blue 3, C6, blue 3. Alright, obviously I said something wrong this last time, and hopefully I didn't do that when I read it out to you guys. It should have been cyan 3, red, not cyan 3. Cyan 3, red. That's why it's good to check that last one, even if you theoretically should know what the number is. You can catch mistakes like that. So cyan 3, red 6. Yeah, that gives me the 4 that I'm expecting. So a good double check. So my order is going to be 4, 3, 5, 6, 2, 1. 4, 3, 5, 6, 2, 1. Keys will turn gold, and we're done. I did mention that I didn't want to show the colorblind mode real quick, just because it takes a second or two to figure out which letters are representing which thing if you are unable to distinguish the characters. So, colorblind mode, let's go ahead and enable that for a second. We'll pull up that bomb again. Here it comes. Alright, so you see here, I'm not a fond of this font. This G is, it's a C with a dot in the middle. It's not a G. Not a fond of the font, but it moves the number up to the top. It gives you the coloring of the number of the label, and at the bottom it's the coloring of the key itself. So you've got color of the key at the bottom, color of the label right below the label itself. Useful if, maybe you're having some trouble telling the blues from the cyans, or just have general color blindness issues. Now, you may be asking, Elias, this is a weird one to come back for. It's not a particularly difficult module. To which I say, you're right, it's not. However, there's one main reason that I did want to cover this one, and that I will show you now. The reason that I wanted to go over ordered keys, and you'll notice there's a page in the manual I haven't touched yet. It says page 1 of 3, page 2 of 3. This is why I wanted to cover this one. You'll notice here I've got 8 modules. Every one of them is different. This one, hey, the keys turn black. This one, those are a crap ton of numbers, and one of the keys turns black. This one has a number at the top. This one is actually the one we were working on before, the ordered keys. This one, oh look, I can highlight the display. Over here, hey look, I can highlight half the display. Down here, oh, numbers appear when I highlight, and black's not a color, and why don't I have a number here? There are actually 8 different modules that have this general appearance. They're all part of the, I guess you could say, ordered keys family. And here, at the end of the ordered keys page, and only the ordered keys manual, it gives you instructions on how to tell them apart. If you can just highlight the entire display, you've got unordered keys. If all the keys turn black when they're highlighted, you have reordered keys. If one of the keys turns black when highlighted, I don't know if I saw that one. Oh, there we go. Misordered keys. If all of the keys have colored highlights and a number is displayed when a key is highlighted, and you'll notice the highlights are actually different colors on this one. You got cyan, blue, yellow, blue. That would be bordered keys. If the display is partially highlightable, you have recorded keys. If each key is missing information, it's disordered. If the display has a number permanently shown on it, it's tall ordered. And if none of the special conditions apply, it's our good old ordered keys that we just finished up. So, as you might guess, since we started with this, we are going to go over each and every one of these modules. I will warn you, that lookup table from ordered keys, yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot of similar tables. Lots of lookups, lots of lookups, lots of lookups. Except for the last one. So we're going to go over all of them. But I felt it was important to kind of get the foundation with ordered keys first before we hit the others. Having said, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have any concerns, comments, questions, suggestions, you can leave them down below as always. And until next time, when we will take on the next ordered keys variant, unordered keys, this has been Elias. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye now.